they go boom. This is our launch vessel that we did to launch this. Isn't it wonderful? Isn't it so good? It's so nice, isn't it? Let's take this off. Take this off. Okay, so sub-assemblies. I am gonna remove this too, but for the time being, we're not. This is the bottom C. And maybe we just... maybe we just... okay. We can try it. Maybe we just stick these on the ends and leave this piece here. It can be a help aid. I think it will work just fine. We need to have a Kerbal on this vessel though. So we're gonna take an engineer. Is it a sub-assembly required? Yes, exactly. How's about we... I don't know how Ferrum Aerospace Research is gonna like this, but it seems like it worked on the other one okay, so we'll just see if it likes this one instead too. Hi there. Can you dock to this? Actually, I think I want the construction ports on this, just so that they match. Utility? No, it's you. Yeah, here. Just so they match, we're gonna go like this. Okay, there's that. And then the sub-assembly for the top piece is here. And then we're gonna just kind of pull that off. Copy this, move it over here. Does it look dumb? Yes. Should it actually get to orbit? No. Will it? I guess that depends on its current balance. Right now we have a lot of torque. A lot. All right, differences between the Tundra module and the mobile workshop. We have mass of 1410. This one over here has a mass of 1600. Okay, not bad. Not bad. It's 190 kilograms. 190 kilograms. That's all there is a difference. Wow. What in the hell cost 190 kilograms? Maybe we can just slap a random fuel tank on it and fill it up with 190 kilograms of fuel? Big sphere tank. That's too big. I want a really little tank. How about this one? That's pretty little. And how much does it weigh? 25. Okay. So that's not enough. How about you? So stupid. How much does it weigh? 63. We're getting warmer. How about a cone like this? Ooh, I like it. Actually looks somewhat aerodynamic. Also 63. Oh, wait. No, never mind. It has... That's just the dry mass. It has much fuel in it. Gotcha. All right. Let's see if we can... Is it the wrong one? Am I on the wrong side? It must be this side. Oh, hello. Where'd it go? It's on the mouse. No, it's definitely not this side. I had it right the first time. It's not actually helping my torque at all. I need something that's radially mounted. Radially mounted tanks. Because, like, I don't care about aerodynamics, I guess. So we just throw a radially mounted carbonate tank on the side. And see what that does for us. Okay. How about putting it here? Does that help? Doesn't seem to. That makes it worse. Is it because of the amount? Yes. There's not a whole lot I can do about this torque, guys. This torque is, This torque is a bit of a B. Okay. This time the launch vessel may not work. We need to keep all of this stuff, though. Everything in this cargo bay has to be resent. So since it has to be resent, why don't we just put the... Let's fix the design. Let's do that first, dumbass. Fix your stupid design. And put solar panels on this bad boy. Was it this one? I think this is too big. I don't remember which solar panel I was putting on before. I think it was also back here. I want to say it was... Was it this one? It's not supposed to be in the way of the engines, though. So I think it has to be closer? No, it's the smaller ones. That's why. We're putting smaller ones on it. It's needs to be retractable. Kaz, thank you for the 10, man. Where is it? Where is... Also, we don't have the power module this time. So we won't have super ridiculous power. We have 1,000 in this, and we have 1,000 in this. So we're also going to want to strap a few solar panels on the sides of this too. We'll just do that for a second. Or we won't, because that's going to slam into things. You know what? What's a little torque? Who cares about a little torque? I mean, we have torque problems as is, so this abomination can handle it, I think. I probably won't be able to steer it. It's going to be way too torquey. It's going to be squirreling all over the place. The imbalance is big time imbalance right now. If I can find a way to distribute weight up here and help it, that would be great. I think the torque is also happening here too. This is 200 kilograms. This here is 100. And then this docking port is another 50. So we can add 50 to this side. That would help a little bit too, as far as this way. But really, it's this way. That's the harm. That's the bad part. I need to do something about this way. The solar panel for this. Where is it? Is it these little ones? I need it to be retractable. It's got to be the retractable ones. This one. No, this one. I think it's these. We go... is it... I think it's just a two-way thing. Maybe like this? And then we just extend that? Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's the way it was. Alright. We have solar panels on this. I don't have to worry about it as much now. We're bringing an engineer this time, so if we forget to check that, we can always have the engineer open them up, and then we're good to go. Whew. The rocket will never fly. It's pretty goofy, but it has flown. The question will be whether or not I can eliminate the torque, because this absolutely gets to the destination. Tested it already. But the torque is bad in this right now, so what I need is to eliminate the 490 kilonewton meters of torque that I have right now. Bring the 490 down to like sub 50 and I can probably handle it. So we can add batteries. Those are usually pretty weighty. I don't really want to add a bunch of stuff that I have to tear down later, but that's kind of what's going on here. If I can find one big heavy thing that can alter it, that'd be better. What about the reserve battery bank? Okay, well that's the right side of it anyway. I need something much heavier though. Much heavier. How about this? 14 tons. Yeah, that's much heavier. I'm pretty sure that's gonna throw us a loop the other way. That's not possible to connect. Never mind. How about this big battery here? 455? You seriously need something heavier than that? That's 0.32 tons. How about 0.6? Wow, there's a huge imbalance between these two things. Oh, it has machinery in it. Oh, dumb. Get out of here. That's why. There's machinery inside that unit. Yeah, get the machinery out of there. That's going to also help the weight. Actually, I can shift machinery around for the torque, too. Yeah. Machinery in this one. Man, it's not being affected. It's like an angry boy. It's not being affected. I can't get rid of the torque, guys. How do I get rid of this? I figured it was an imbalance between these two sides, but I don't think it is. Like, there's not that much of a difference between these two sides. The difference is like less than 0.2 tons. And I have something that weighs like 0.14 tons. So theoretically, adding that should equalize the weight to the point where it's almost negligible. But for some reason, there's still 430 kilonewton meters of torque on this. You could put a fuel tank on there and fine-tune it with your fuel level. I mean, I believe that, but I just added the exact weight difference on the sides to the one side, and it didn't matter. That's the weird part right now. Like, this is 0.3 tons. So with the difference in weight, putting this right here, it should throw the torque the other way. And then we start adding material to it, and it just makes it worse. It's almost acting like it doesn't matter. Torque is still the same, 430. 430. So if I put this here, it hurts it. Bring it over here. It makes it better. And then, okay. That begins to improve the situation. Odd. But, okay. So, if I take a tank, let's do a radial tank on this side. Maybe like a small radial tank. Something that has a bit of aerodynamics, hopefully. I said small. Small aerodynamic tank. Something like trousers. Where's that other one? That small one we had before. Where'd that one go? Right here. This one. If I put you here, that actually helped it a lot. We're down to 73. But then the next stage, the big engine, then this stage right here, though, is going to have a lot of torque. So maybe I put it on these. That helps. That helps a lot. Yeah, this will work. No solids, please. And then we just kind of dial this down. We're down to just a mere 37 kilonewton meters. I can handle that. Huh. Cool. Thanks, man. Yeah. I mean, I didn't think it would be that because it's very symmetrical all the way up. Oh, but these tanks are not symmetrical, and Barr hated that. Aram Aerospace Research hated that. It was very hard to control this on the ascent. So I'm going to try and just, like, move this up just a little bit. Just a hair. I don't know. I honestly don't know how this is that bad in torque anyway, but maybe it's the modules. They're like leaning forward somehow. I don't know. I'm looking at the numbers and they seem solid. Torque numbers are reasonable right now. My final stage that I'm going to be burning on. These aren't engines, are they? No, you're not an engine. You're just a fuel tank. My final stage that I'm burning on has just 6 kilonewton meters of torque. That's fine. This middle stage, though. This middle stage is going to have a lot, though. That's when we really started getting messed up. It was when these got decoupled at 253 on that stage. How do I stop that? If I take these off, it actually gets worse. Okay. I don't know how you're getting worse, game. But I'll do whatever it takes to get... No, it doesn't work either. That's a shame. Maybe it's a different angle. How about here? You like this more? What can we do to make you happy today? Come on, game. Talk to me. What can we do to please you? 258. You know what? It was a difficult thing to control, but I freaking did it. So you know what? We're going to do it again. It's going to be very hard to control it, but I'll do it again. Let's get this stuff sent up. We have got solar panels on this, so we can survive that a long trip, if you will. And we're going to have all that stuff. That's got solar panels now, so that's good. And all the pieces are set. All we need now is a Kerbal to go. We need a Kerbal to be here. So, at the top of this, yep, that's how we're doing it. Hi there. Can you turn to where you were? Thank you. At the top of this, we will place just a command pod. We want the bigger one. Let's send a bunch. We will send Jebediah. We will send them all. We'll send them all. They're all going. Everyone wants to go to the station. They all want to be part of this glorious adventure. Do you blame them? Do you blame them? I don't. I'm sorry. You just wobbled on me? Why? Okay, so here we are, back on the beautiful launch pad with our very beautiful rocket, of course. SAS on, thrusters to maximum. Are we ready? I'm pretty sure I have to control from here. Yep. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. Do we have, Nope, it doesn't matter because we're cheating. Let me just double check this. Indefinite, 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 because we're on the launch pad. 3, 2, 1, go. Still says indefinite, so I'm gonna trust that they won't die. All right, go guys. No, we don't start getting really bad torque on the vessel, to where it's really hard to steer. We don't start getting that until the solid rocket boosters go. Then it becomes really difficult to steer. Right now it's just pulling me to the south. I don't like how it's pulling me to the south. Let's get it corrected, guys. Come on. Okay, now it's gonna get frickin' squirrely. Come on, Jeb. Help me out, buddy. Oh! Can you hear me hitting the buttons? I think I got a rhythm. It's keeping it in the middle. I think I got a rhythm. Oh, we gotta tilt though. Oh boy. Oh boy. Come on. You can do it. We gotta tilt it down though. We're going too high. Let's level this out. Oh boy. Oh, by the way, if you didn't notice, the Kerbals aren't coming back. We also don't have any type of emergency shutoff valve or ejection, I guess you could say. We don't have any way of keeping them safe in the event of total disaster. There's no parachutes on this. That's where I'm going with this, okay? So these guys, they are brave. Don't discount their bravery, guys. They're very brave. Okay, we're up in space. Since we're going to the moon, there's no reason to go higher. Woo! The stress on the arms must be extreme. Yeah, and it's being held by these tiny little docking ports. That's it. There's not even struts. It's just this little docking connection. Welcome to Kerbal Space Program. But, doesn't the planet look lovely? Huh? Doesn't it just look great? This is why Kerbals like going to space, right here. This is the reason. If you're ever like, why are Kerbals obsessed with space? This is the reason, okay? Come on. Awesome. I told my mommy no once. It wasn't my finest moment. All right, here we go. 1010. 1010. That's what I said. 1010, guys. Because that's it. Yeah, 1010. That's how high we are. All right, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. We are looking for circularize our orbit in a relatively okay inclination. We are just a little bit inclined. Just a little bit. And as soon as the camera starts to rotate down, I'm going to go ahead and stop right there before these tanks get, before we get all the way to orbit. We are then going to go ahead and activate the other engine and kick these things out of here. Shit, it was just a little bit too high. Wait, it didn't break it. It didn't break it. It broke the tank instead. It broke the tank nose. The tank nose broke, but our vessel did not. Okay, we're still good. We're still good. Let's get to orbit then. Go. And we're clear. Basically circularized. We are mighty. That's lucky. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with this. Even the docking port is still there. We're good. Okay. So now, in orbit successfully, let's target the moon. And we want to go... Actually, this is perfectly lined up. That ascending node is actually in a really nice spot because we can correct our inclination pretty much in the same spot as we head towards the moon. Let's get ourselves a rendezvous. Hello. We're going to want to just get a quick... Let's focus here. Focus here. I'm going to get a quick look-see. See what we're dealing with here. Looks like we're coming in perfect. Oh, almost perfect. You raise it slightly. Let's go just knock it back just a tad. Can we bring it up so I don't have to correct inclination so much? No, we need to go down. Not really, so we'll have to correct that later. Same thing. Not a big deal. We're coming in at 116, which is about 16,000 meters above the station. So that's okay. That works out for me. Let's go ahead and make that node happen. Make the node. Make everything happen. Rip to the fishing boat you just dropped those rockets on. They burned up in the atmosphere. They're not going to land on them. Although, to be fair, the engines are built to withstand great heat. So, we don't know that. But we do know that it's the ocean. And obviously, our space program has no problem polluting the ocean with, giant hunks of metal. I laugh at my mom once when she tried to spank me. I don't remember much of the rest of that day. So, full disclosure, I've also done the same. I've had a moment where I was, I didn't laugh, per se. I just kind of went, Mom, quit it. With, very little pain being happening. I'm not going to say that it was, my finest moment, but it was a memorable one, nevertheless. Especially when my dad got home. Because I hadn't received my punishment for my wrongdoings yet. So, So the fishing boat didn't get with by the rockets, but a gigantic fireball. Yeah, there you go. It didn't get hit by an engine per se. He's just gonna assume it's a meteor. Let me check these guys really quick. Indefinite across the board. Good. So they are not going to ever they're never going to hate their lives being in space, which is great. Okay, so we want to now get ourselves positioned at the maneuver. We have an 87-second burn. Takes us to the moon. You can see the moon just over the horizon. 3, 2, 1. And the moon should appear to... Oh, shit, I missed it. I missed it. Hang on. We're gonna have to go around again. I was so focused on the moon that I didn't time the maneuver right. So let's go ahead and do this. And I need to go back to... Focus on Kerbin, please. No. We focus on Kerbin. How do you focus on Kerbin? Isn't it home? No. Isn't there like a button that takes you directly to the body that's around you, like your current craft? What's the button that takes you directly to your current craft? I know there's one. We're just like cycling through bodies now. Yeah, Sarnus, Hale, Ovok. Hey, this is nice. You want to go to... Anyone want to go to Sarnus? You can go to Sarnus. I have Outer Planets mod installed, so if you don't have Sarnus in your save, that's why. Alright, focus is on the pickaxe, finally. Alright, I need to redo that because I missed it. I didn't do it at the right time. I was too focused on the moon and its beauty and trying to find it over the horizon that I actually didn't hit it because you're not supposed to see it yet, so. Okay, let's bring it back out. Actually, this is kind of expensive. If I adjust this a little bit, I bet I can get this for less. I bet I can get my Rendezvous for less delta V if I just make small adjustments. Let's see, focus on the moon really quick. Pull this back. And then bring it forward a bit. Just change the timing, not so much the... Okay, so that's about as close as I can get with that amount of delta V. So I do need to bring it a little bit closer. But this is giving it to me for... It's like 1 cheaper, so it's not that big of a deal. 187. We'll just go a little bit closer. It's not a big deal. 151. And that's 142. And that's 106. That seems good. 106 seems solid. Let's do that one. And this time, I am going to tell this to point to the node. And I'm just going to have the flight computer do it so that I don't miss it. Because I don't want to miss it again, all right? I got things to do today. So we're just going to say, hey there. You want to execute that maneuver for me? That'd be great. Good job, Jeb. Good job, Jeb. Way to go, buddy. You rocked it right in there, dude. Good job. All right. So, flight computer, take a hike. So, this time, I think I want to go ahead and make the burn over here. So, a little bit after the periaps. Reason being, if I can somehow change the inclination... Actually, it's not necessary. We can probably get a rendezvous without it. We do need to match the inclination of our target, though. At least somewhat. This is not good enough. So, I'm going to make the maneuver... Whoa, hello. Probably right here, because this seems to be pretty close to where this periaps, or pretty close to where the inclination is 0. And then, if I go up at this point, and also, obviously, retrograde to get us captured, the hope here is that it will be all done in one single motion, and we won't have to really fix much. Now this puts us like too far, so I'm gonna go like that, and then we can adjust this later. But this corrects the inclination really well. We end up being 1 degrees. And we can probably get it less than that. 0.8, 0.7, 0.6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.11. That's like right. That's really good. So we can get that there. And then make sure we get our periaps to be about where the craft is. So we bring our periaps out just a little bit more. This is going to change how the effects of our inclination changes. But if I can get the periaps to be about where the station is, then I also don't need to correct any of that much later either. So this will be about here. And we end up with an inclination that is really nice. This is going to cost me 184. Capture and inclination reset all in the same burn. And then we, you know, at the periaps, we can bring it in to meet the station. But that's all one burn. So that works. Let's face the node. And we'll execute that on the time as well. So this is going to get us captured. 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and burn it. And it's going to get us captured. And somewhat equatorial. It's not quite the same inclination as the station, but it's close enough to make contact. It's close enough to rendezvous with it. As far as inclination goes, it's close enough. So this is us now. Now we want to make the station be... This is space debris. These things here is the debris. We don't want to go near the debris. We're going to set the pickaxe as our target, because this is where we want to be. We have an ascending node and a descending node. Now, I could go all the way up here and fix my inclination, but I don't really think that's necessarily something that needs to happen. Like, we're close enough to it to where I think probably we can just get our encounter anyway. So this is going to come around, and we're going to come all the way out here. So there's a good chance that we're going to have to wait a bit for that. So if nothing else, it might be better to... This is pretty close, actually. This is the periaps, and this is the ascending node. So why don't we just do both of them? We can do it right here. So at the ascending node, this is the point where both of our orbits cross at the same inclination. Ascending node means this is the point we cross when we're going up or more normal. Descending node, opposite. So at the ascending node, we want to go anti-normal. We want to go down at this. And that will get our inclination to be closer. And as I change that, the ascending node and descending node will move to be more lateral to us and eventually flip when we go too far. So we want to go to about here. Not a big deal. And actually, as I go retrograde, it'll probably change again anyway. So we'll also go retrograde. That's going to bring our orbit closer to the station. We should see an encounter happen pretty soon. We don't want to go too... We don't want to go too far, so I'm thinking probably here is good. The reason being, if we get our orbit to be exactly the same as the station now, we'll have to go around a very long time before our orbits actually cross. So we want to introduce a bit of difference in the speed at which we're orbiting. That allows us to like catch up later. So I am looking at 2 intersecting points, and I'm seeing 585 kilometers, which is bad. If I do go all the way this point, where do we end up crossing? So you can see these 2 nodes here. If you're ever like wondering about, how to rendezvous with things, you can visually represent where that craft will be and where your craft will be, right? These 2 markers are where each of our craft are. If I was to make this maneuver, this is how far apart we are. We want to bring these 2 markers closer together. We want to obviously make them meet so that we're closer. So if I come out like this is basically burning less. We're going to introduce a big difference in speed here, right? And we also, I want to correct my inclination a bit more too. So let me just go anti-normal. Nope, that's descending node now. Come back up. There. This is pretty much matching the inclination of that station. We're going to make this burn first. And this is, again, we're going to match our inclination so we have the same inclination. That's what it's called. Same incline. But it's going to take us longer to go around the moon than it will take that station. So the differences between us and our timings and when we meet at this point, it will change. Every time we revolve around it, it will change. And the hope is eventually it will change to the point where we're getting very close. We can make one maneuver that gets us really close, and then we can pull ourselves in from there. All right, so see how they're going around? They're going around. It takes us a lot longer to go around. So we're gonna lessen that, so it takes us a little less time. We're gonna kind of try to fix that. So it's gonna take us a lot less time. Still more time than the station, but it's gonna take us less time. And as we go around and around, we'll eventually get closer to where we're gonna be around here at the same time they're around here, and then we're gonna go ahead and make our move when we're out here and really bring us in. at least to the point where we can be closer than 10 kilometers. Closer than 10 kilometers is usually the point where you can say, we can rendezvous reliably, and the micro changes I make with, RCS. Oh, dear God. RCS. What have I done? Oh, I don't have RCS. This is going to be fun. Oh, this is going to be fun. Hey, you know, we don't have to get, like, right on it, right? I mean, we just have to get near. That's it, really. We just have to get closer. We don't have to get right on it, which is good because we are not getting right on it with this craft. We just have to get somewhat nearby to where we can open up the bay doors, and then we let the claw hammer, right? We let the grabber, whatever we decided to name it. We let that do it. Right? Okay. So now we need to go around and around for a bit. So let's just round and round we go until these markers. There's 2 points. There's the orange, and then there's also the purple, right? And this is sort of like our one approach, and then there's also another option, right? Either way, we want the orange marker here to be as close to this as possible, or the pink marker to be as close to this as possible. So we're just going to keep going around, and every time we pass one of these, it will update, because this is sort of saying at next pass. So as we come around, we'll see it update itself right now. Okay, so now we're going to be here when this thing is over here. That's 461 kilometers away. And we'll come around. And I probably want to go ahead, because of where these 2 points are. Yeah. We probably want to make this a little bit less, because our differences in speed is too extreme right now. So right about here, because this is behind us, we know it's catching up to us, but it's catching up to us too quickly. To the point where it's going to pass right by us before we make a round again. So I'm going to take this periaps, and we're going to go ahead and make another maneuver just to bring us in a little closer. Differences in speed is too extreme. This should do it right here. This will be fine. This is 35 meters per second. I have over 300, so we're good. So we'll just burn this. So now we're going to pass by this and we can see the differences. So currently, we're going to be 498 kilometers away from the target at this pass. When I come back over, now we're going to be 401. So it looks like we're getting about 88 to 90 kilometers per pass. Is this what it looks like? 413, so about 80. So go past again. Now it's 293. Now it's 169. Now it's okay. Now I'm seeing 38. So at this point, I can start adjusting how we're moving, so that we get a little bit closer to this. So the current periaps for my target, I believe, is like 93, 95, and mine is 93. So I need to raise. I think I need to raise my periaps to be about 95. So let's come to the apoapsis. We're going to raise it up to about 95. Right about there ought to do it. 96. Let's go down to about 95. That's an incredibly small burn, so we're going to do that manually because it makes more sense to do it manually. Since, you know, it's really small. Flight Computer doesn't like doing things that's less than a meter per second, so it doesn't do it very well anyway. Because the estimated burn is less than a second. I appreciate that, Kaz. You're awesome, dude. This challenge, man. It's taking longer than it should because you guys want to go to the freaking moon. I might have to tell my wife I'm staying late anyway. She'll love it. She'll be so happy. She won't. Come on. Wait, where is the maneuver? 14 minutes away. Okay. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go ahead and slow down the time acceleration. And, okay, got about 40 seconds. I can do that in this view because I'm burning it myself, so I like to see the craft when I burn it. And then we're going to rendezvous with the station. We're not going to get super close to it, but we're going to get close enough to where we can open up these bays, and then we can start getting, like, this pusher, this grabber, whatever it is. It needs to grab all these components and move them into position. So we need our engineers to go to the existing craft, if you will, and to break it all down so that we don't have a bunch of space junk. And then, yeah, and if anything happens, like a craft loses power or something like that, we'll be able to correct that with the engineer by opening up, solar panels and stuff. Okay, so periapsis is now 95. Done. So let's see what we get on the pass now. Currently the difference is 36. We might even be able to just adjust it from here. Pretty cheap to adjust. So if I adjust it, let's see. If I go faster, does it do it? Okay, that's bringing us too far out. So I think I just do, at this point, I think I need another pass. Set everything back to 0. Yeah, we don't want to go faster. I think I just need the other pass at this point. So we are here, and the station components we want to rendezvous with are right here. So you can see we're a little bit above them. We're a little bit too high. But if I take this periapsis, add a maneuver here, and bring this down, now we start getting closer later. I think we should be getting closer. Well, it doesn't look like it's timed right. It's very close, but it's not quite right. It might be our centricity a bit. What is the apoapsis for that station? The apoapsis for the station, I think, is... it's like here. We should be getting closer. Yeah, this is 38 kilometers. That is 49. So we're going to get closer on every pass still. I'm going to make this burn. It's 4 minutes away. And we should be... it's basically just going to be pulling right into us. It's going to be slowly catching up to us. Okay. So we brought our apoapsis down to just above the stations. Every pass, it should be catching up to us slowly. So I'm going to go ahead and just accelerate again, and we're going to check in on that. This is 34, and this is 46. Now, why is that getting further away? Are we too low? I think my periapsis is too low. I forget what the altitude was for the station's periaps. But I think my periaps is too low. So Apo's coming back up. Or, sorry, periaps is coming up. Until that meets. There we go. That's closer to what I'm looking for. 28, 29. Weird. How? How am I still pulling away from you? I forgot your orbit, I guess. I thought you were... like, you should be catching up to me. There we go. That's better. Now I'm seeing it. There we go. Now we're 5 kilometers away. So, my understanding of the craft's orbit is just wrong. I thought it was lower than it is. So this gets me 5 kilometers away there. That's a good one right there. I like that. All right, we're gonna do this burn. It's in 7 minutes. And this should bring us within visual. We should see it. We should be 5 kilometers away from it. We should see it easy, and then we can make micro adjustments from there and match it up. And then the fun part starts. We open this up. And we, what is this called again? What do we call this? I forgot what we named this thing. Mr. something, right? Maybe it's Grabby? Mr. Grabby? I forget. We want to go, I believe, prograde to target. So target prograde does not mean, hold on. And we want target retrograde. My bad. Target prograde and target retrograde do not mean that you are burning directly at the target. What it does, or what it is it's you're pointing at prograde or retrograde relative to your trying to figure out how to word this so that like a beginner understanding. The path at which you are traveling relative to that target, as far as your speed goes, that's what it's referencing. So if I am traveling past you like this, right? If I'm traveling past you like this, target prograde is not pointing that way. It's pointing the way I'm going. So target retrograde is pointing the opposite direction relative to you. So we use this to stop our velocity relative to the target. In this case, relative to this target, I'm traveling at 1.6 meters per second. If I want to stop myself or slow myself down relative to this target, I need to burn in the opposite direction. I need to burn retrograde to target. So choosing target mode and going retrograde will allow me to reduce this to almost 0. So I'm going to just go really lightly on that because I don't have any RCS. And then once I do that and get basically 0, then we can point directly at target. So now we're going to point directly at the target because we're traveling virtually, we are basically not moving relative to the target. That's going to change because we're at different elevations. So even as I rotate, you can see that it's accelerating. Because it's lower, because it's closer to the surface of the planet, it's going to be zipping past me faster. So I need to hurry this up, point directly at target, and change my speed to where my prograde vector is now on the target. That's the idea anyway. I'm trying to get it to correct itself. Come on, Jeb. Okay. So now we are traveling more closely, directly at the target. Done. Okay, now we're traveling at the target directly at 5 meters per second. Now again, because it's at different elevations, that's going to change a bit, but I should be getting closer to the target over time. So I will most likely be, and actually what I could do is, I wonder if it's possible to, no, we'll just keep pointing retrograde. Fly smooth, Jeb. Yeah, the AI or your pilot Kerbals, they tend to overcompensate. They're kind of like all on, all off. So they'll tend to whip past where they're supposed to be, then come back, whip past it again, come back, whip past it again, and eventually they rest on it. To where if I was using this instead, my flight computer instead, the computer's good enough at compensating for it to where it will slow it down before it reaches there, because he's still going back and forth, right? But if I switch this to target mode and tell it to go orient to retrograde on target. Sorry, not that. Well, it is that. No. That's completely target. That's wrong. Oh, relative velocity. There's a separate thing to this. So there's a relative velocity here. If I tell this to point relative velocity retrograde, which is what this is grade, pro, retro, or plus negative. This is radial and anti-radial, and this is normal and anti-normal. So relative velocity to this target, I want to go retrograde. it will hold this a lot smoother than Jeb will. Like, doing it with a computer is a lot smoother. So we're going to zoom ahead a bit. We should be getting closer. And we're going to get to about 2.5 kilometers here before I'm going to slow us down and reevaluate. Normally, you'd do this with RCS way better, but I don't have RCS on this vessel because I am a dum-dum. So let's let this thing orient itself one more time. And again, this is relative velocity to the target, so we're not going to be like, this isn't retrograde, like we point directly away from it, right? We can't do this in a straight line because we're all going in a circle. So if I try to go to straight line with it, it's gonna keep moving in that circle, and I'm gonna miss it. So the idea is to also take that circle path to meet up with it. And we want to do that. And usually, if I had RCS, that would be best, but I don't have RCS on this because I'm a dumb. So it's okay. We can do it with we can do it pretty easily with the engine as long as we have enough fuel. And we do. So let's go ahead and slow our target velocity down again. Done. And then I want to point at target, please. So now I'm telling the computer to point directly at the target, which it should be able to do smoother than Jeb can. I said should, but it looks like it already built its reaction wheel speed up a bit. I mean, I do have these, and I do have monopropellant. I could be using it, but I actually don't have a backup supply of monopropellant, and I'm going to need a lot of it for this thing. This thing's going to use a lot of it. So I want this to have as much as it can have. Fuel is full. Batteries are full. Okay, we're set there, ready to go. Come on. Come on, and go. If you get close enough to it, and you get your target velocity to 0, then you basically just stay next to it. We're gonna drift a little bit, but it won't be super bad. Let's go ahead and get ready to correct ourselves here a little bit. Let's go ahead and zero it out one more time. Okay, let's point directly at target if we can. We're gonna do this very gently. Very, very gently. Wow. Thanks. Yeah, you want to correct that back, please? Maybe it's MechJeb that does it without... I mean, I think it's just Jeb. Like, Jeb entirely does this. He does this thing where he goes way too far. I'm going to use the time acceleration trick. We're going to go like this. Okay, we are now going towards it. That should be good. Let's reorient ourselves. We are going towards it at a speed that I am comfortable with, which is 0.4 meters per second. 60 meters is probably close enough, because we're going to want to move around with our little drone thing here. So let's quick save, and then we'll zero this out. Good. Zeroed out. Ready to rock. And now it's time for Mr. Bill Kerman. Oh, hang on. What are you doing? Kill your rotation, please. Kill rotation. Now. What are you doing? Stop. Kill rotation means... What does kill rotation mean to you? What exactly does that mean to you? Like, when I said kill rotation, I didn't mean put yourself into a spin. What does that even mean to you? Excuse me? Right, seriously, you know what? Shut you off. I don't know what you're doing. You know what? It's fine. It's fine. You know what? We'll just tell Jeb to do it, because Jeb is better at this than you, apparently. Target. Good. Awesome. Bill. EVA, sir. Okay. Bill. Bill. I need you to come over here. I need you to start tearing the stuff down so it's out of our way. Can you do that for me, please? But actually, we kind of need these fuel tanks in case I need more fuel. Not sure I should break them down right now, actually. I don't know. Why can't I break this down? Oh, there it is. Break it down. Let's just get this stuff out of our way. Anything that can cause a potential problem. Okay, that, I feel like I want to keep this tank around, just in case there's fuel in it. Maybe, here's what we can do. We'll transfer fuel to this one, and then we can break all this down except that one. That's better. Let's get into the cupola module. There actually is a place to stay here, isn't there, Bill? Bill, can you grab it? Grab it. Thank you. Get in. All right, can we transfer fuel from here? Which key is it? There it is. Can you transfer fuel into here? There's not that much left, but there is some. Okay, now all the fuel should be here. None of this stuff has fuel, right? No, all the fuel should be here. Okay, good. Bill, get out. And what we want to do is tear this down. So tear this down. Get it out of the way. Tear this down. Tear this down. Tear this down. What? Oh, this docking port is in the way. There we go. So the fuel is in here now. Good. And the little strut. Okay. That stuff's out of the way. Now what I think I want to do is I want to put Bill in here, actually. Because with a person in here, I can probably tell this vessel to kill rotation so that it doesn't move. So I'm just going to get you right in here, Bill. Or we'll miss the queue. That's cool. That's good too. There. So can I tell this to kill rotation? Yeah. Bill's got stability assist. Okay, there it is. Good. Switch vessels. Now we've got this, which we should be on. So it's like 0.1 meters per second to target. Not a big deal. Okay, do you have power? Yes. You have power. Your batteries are full this time. Thanks. Let's go ahead and extend the arm. We want to control from here. And we want to go ahead and decouple. And decouple. Oh, this. Okay. This right here. Go. Okay, switch to that. Very good. Should be grabbing hold of this. Excellent. Okay, now we want to get this out of the cargo bay. So we're going to want to detach this. And let's go ahead and quick save it really quick so no crackety stuff happens. Let's disable control from here. No, decouple node. That. Okay. Now we are disconnected, are we not? Wait. No, now we are. Okay, so I want to get you out of the cargo bay. Here we go. Just rotate a bit. There we go. And we're out of the cargo bay. Awesome. So now we just need to get this dock to that. And we need to do it in the correct orientation, which is probably not the easiest thing in the world for us to do. But we're going to try our best. All right, let's get this oriented so my keyboard doesn't screw up. Yep, good. All right, so now we want to choose that as the target. And we want to, unfortunately, yeah, I want to do it here. Let's control from here. Okay, good. Where is my aid? Where's my thingy? Right here. Hi, how are you? Docking port alignment indicator mod. Very, very cool mod. Let's turn on the RCS, and we're going to want to burn. Oh, I see how it is. Go from here, please. Yep. Can we burn forward? No? You don't want to burn forward? Really? Thank you. Okay. Come forward with it. Uh-huh. Let's actually probably want to rotate because this is facing the wrong way right now, right? No, it's not. It's good. Well, it kind of is, but it kind of isn't. We're going to say that it is. Yeah, we're going to say that it is. So let's slow down a second here. We're going too fast. So what I want to do is I want to rotate this way. There we go. Flip it around. Whoop. There we go. Good. Okay. Now we can proceed to do the things that we want to do. So first thing we're going to do is come back up and back up just a tad. Yep, just a tad. There you go. Bring it back up. Everything's fine. Yep, and then over, please. Slide it over. There you go. How are we doing? Little... Yep, we're good. Okay. Can we bring it up, please? Just a tad. Just a little bit. There we go. And get her back in the middle, please. Very good. Awesome. Right now, the orientation of this is kind of important. It has to be perfect, really. Since if it's not, then the solar panels will not be aligned properly. Back over here. Excuse me? Can I help you? Get on there. Get on there. Get on there. Come on. Grab it. You know you want to. There we go. Nice and easy. Right in there. Nice and slow. Maybe a little bit faster than this. You can go just a tad bit faster. That'd be great. Are you oriented right? You look like you're right on the money, honestly. You look like you're perfect. You look like you're freaking right, super straight. Are you straight? Did I just get that super straight first try? Come on. Come on. Did. Super straight, guys. Perfect.